Good day, students. Today we're going to learn about tone, mood, technique, and purpose of the author. Why is this important? They help us create a meaningful experience in reading. So, let's start. Tone is the author's attitude towards the topic. The author's attitude is expressed through the words and details he or she selects. For example, textbooks are often written with an objective tone which includes facts and reasonable explanations. The objective tone is matter of fact and neutral. The details are mostly facts. On the other hand, fiction and personal essays are usually written with a subjective tone. A subjective tone uses words that describe feelings, judgments, and opinions. The details are likely to include experiences, senses, feelings, and thoughts. Objective tone is impartial. It does not show any feelings for or against the topic. Therefore, it is unbiased or neutral. Often, objective tone uses higher level words and avoids pronouns such as I and you, thus creating a formal tone. Subjective tone is personal, biased, emotional, and often informal. Please take note that tone is expressed through the words and details the author selects. To determine the author's tone, you must notice how these words and details are used within the writing. For example, the following statements each express different attitudes about a shabby apartment. 6 different tones are used: optimistic, bitter, tolerant, sentimental, humorous, and objective. This place may be shabby, but since both of my children were born while we lived here, it has a special place in my heart. The tone is sentimental. It has a special place in my heart, expresses tender emotions. This isn't the greatest apartment in the world, but it's not really that bad. The tone is tolerant. The words "not really that bad" show that the writer accepts the situation while recognizing that it could be better. If only there were some decent jobs out there, I wouldn't be reduced to living in this miserable dump. The tone is bitter. The writer resents a situation that forces him or her to live in a miserable dump. This place does need some repairs, but I'm sure the landlord will be making improvements sometime soon. The tone is optimistic. The writer is expecting the apartment to be improved soon. When we move away, we're planning to release 300 cockroaches and tow mice so we can leave this place exactly as we found it. The tone is humorous. The writer claims to be planning a comic revenge on the landlord by returning the apartment to the terrible condition it was in when the tenants moved in. This is the apartment we live in. It provides shelter. The tone is objective. The writer does not express feelings about the apartment. He simply states facts. Mood, on the other hand, is the feeling the reader gets after reading a literary text. It can be derived from the setting or the atmosphere. Both are literary elements integrated into literary works. Technique refers to the manner the author writes. It can be determined by the way he makes use of literary images or figurative languages. Purpose pertains to the motive or reason behind each literary text. It can be further identified as to inform, entertain, or persuade. To inform, to give information about a subject. Authors with this purpose wish to provide facts that will explain or teach something to readers. Example: pain is a normal part of a physical process that lets us know something is wrong. To entertain, to amuse and delight, to appeal to the reader's senses and imagination. Authors with this purpose set out to captivate or interest the audience. Example: yes, I have gained weight. I weighed only 8 pounds when I was born. To persuade, to convince the reader to agree with the author's point of view on a subject. Authors with this purpose may give facts, but their main goal is to argue or prove a point to readers. Example, the death penalty is deeply flawed and should be abolished. Please note that an author may have a more specific purpose in mind other than to inform, entertain, or persuade. Let us now do some practice exercises. Let us read the following. Tony's place is crammed into a tiny building next to the Fine Arts Theater. The owners offer a menu of Italian food. They've got the checkered tablecloths, dim lights, and crusty bread. They also know how to make a hearty red sauce. Too bad they use it to drown delicate fish. They also seem to lace everything with truckloads of garlic. The service needs some work too. Our waiter didn't know what the specials were, nor did he think to refill our water glasses before we asked. With a combination of fake friendly chatter and outright nagging, he made us order, finish up, and clear out. He seemed to see us only as automatic tip machines. The food and low prices bring the customers in the door. The service should not push them out. Let's now answer the following activity. The tone of the passage is the correct answer is letter D, critical or finds fault. The writer's main purpose is to The correct answer is letter B, caution and entertain the reader. That's the end of our lesson. Thank you and see you next time.